Hello guys, my name is Josh, and today I'm going to show you guys 5 different unique Nether portal designs that you can use in your new 1.16 survival world. Now I tried my best to come up with different designs that you can use in any situation almost, so hopefully one of these can fit your world and your build style. Now if you do enjoy any of these portal designs while you're watching, please be sure to subscribe. It'll help a lot for the channel. So without further ado, let me show you guys these 5 different portal designs. Now for the first portal, it is more of a medieval-ish castle Nether portal design. Now this is kind of an evil looking one, a kind of very dark one, but that's because I use most of the new 1.16 blocks, which I was excited to use. So for the base, we have just normal blackstone and then some blackstone stairs to kind of break it up a tiny bit. And then I use the bricks here to kind of transition from the blackstone to the polished basalt. Now for this main part here, I use the basalt, and then I also use the normal basalt. It's a mix of polished and normal basalt that makes this cool little texture. And then we have these little windows here, and I use some warped, I think it is, yeah, warped stairs and some of the warp blocks to get this cool floral design. And then the top is just crimson stairs, and then same for this little window design. Now these crimson trapdoors look really cool. I don't know, just something about them looks pretty cool. And then behind, I just did some shroom light. But if you build this in a road, you can always use the space, have a staircase go up or anything, but for this I just kind of covered it up because shroom light looks pretty cool. And now for the top, I have this really cool archway that goes over the nether portal. Now this is probably my favorite part of it because it just looks so clean and smooth. And then if you come up here, there's a little walkway here, and this is the upside into the portal, but you can always cover it up with carpet if you want to, or just leave it. It looks fine to me, so I left it. And then for the roof, I used the warp planks to make this cool little point, along with some polished black stone like I have around the edges here. And then it comes up to a point with the polished blackstone walls. Now if you want, you can always add a little flag up here with the colors of your kingdom or whatever you're repping in your world. It is all up to you. And then of course throughout the build I added some of these soul lanterns that look really nice. I love the blue in these lanterns. Something about them just looks really cool. Now up next we have this more oriental portal design. Now for this design I took reference from this park in Japan. I think it was called Hakone. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but this is where I got the inspiration for this portal at. So I have for the base, or basically for the whole build, it's red concrete and then red nether bricks. And then the portal is sitting inside nicely fit. And then up here we have some nether brick walls. And then I use stairs and slabs to do this cool little design that sticks out here. So it's a stair and then a slab sticking out like this. And then for the top I use red concrete, and it makes this nice little arch. I'm not sure what it's called, but it kind of defines the shape of the build and the look of the build and style. Now it took me a couple tries trying to get this right, but I got it in the end. And then for the top I have some polished black stone, and it makes this cool little point at the edge. I don't know why, but this is one of my favorite parts because it looks so clean and sharp. But yeah, this portal is a bit on the basic side, but with the scale that it's at, it looks really cool and clean. So hopefully if you have any oriental style builds in a world or kingdoms, this can fit in nicely. Now for the third portal, this is a bit of a smaller one, but this is a modern portal. So if you have any modern towns, cities, or modern house on your server or world, you can fit this in nicely. And I tried my best to use some of the new blocks, and I think I did well. So we have some quartz bricks to be like the main structure points, the pillars, and then we have some warp planks again to kind of accent it. And we have this cool little C-shaped design right here. And then behind that, or in the middle of that, we have purple stained glass and then some shroom light behind that too. Shed some light on the area. And then back here I just have some gray concrete. And then for this side it's a nice little gate. And I added some warp planks on the bricks. And then at the top we have some warp trap doors. And that should cover it up nicely. So yeah, again, it's a bit of a basic one, but that's kind of the modern style anyways. And this turned out really nice and clean. Took me a couple tries to get this modern one down, but I came up with that design and it looks great. Now this next one is a bit of a different design, not your average portal. Now you can't really walk up to it, but you can elytra to it. So if you have an elytra on yourself and you want to make this portal, this should be great. So for the base, it's just some spruce wood, and now this is the basket, I guess you would call it. And it's a little bit of a complicated design, not really. I just kind of made a nice looking cone shape. There we just have some stairs and stuff in the mix. And then for the top, still spruce wood, and the portal sitting in the middle. And I covered it up with some trapdoors here, but on the side it still shows, but I wanted to keep the chains, which adds this cool little effect, and it doesn't look too badly with the obsidian showing really. So we have chains here, and then we have some iron bars. I can't really place chains like horizontally, so I had to use iron bars to be the placement here, but it doesn't look too bad. And then we have the balloon. I used some gray and red for this. If you want to pause the video and try and get the shape down, you can do that. It's not too hard. You just have to replicate it on all sides. And then we have this little cloth kind of going over the balloon, and without it the balloon looks super small, so this really completes the build. And again, if you want to pause the video, get the shape down, you can do that. And then of course we have some soulfire lanterns, and it looks really cool with the chains hanging down, and I think it really completes the build, along with the soulfire campfire right here. And this kind of ignites the balloon, I guess. I'm not too sure how hot air balloon mechanics work, but I know that this fire involved, so I just popped that there because it looks cool. Now for the final portal, this is one of my favorites aside from the first one. Now this is more of a natural looking one and kind of mystical fantasy type design. Now I have this portal nicely nested in this mountain right here, and then behind it has some shroom lights, which looks really cool with the portal effects and animation. Now I tried to become my inner Scar when doing this terrain. I think it turned out pretty nicely. They just have this little cliff here that kind of overhangs, and then I spam some dirt around pretty much and try my best to make it look natural and clean, and I think it turned out nice. And then I used some mushroom stems and the new nether blocks to make these cool little mushrooms. Now the blue ones are the warped wart block, and then the stripped warp blocks, I'm not sure what they're called, warped stems. But when you make the 4-sided ones, or the 6-sided ones, it says warped hyphae. But yeah, I used those, and these shrooms turned out nice. And then for the red ones, I just used the regular nether wart blocks, and then the 6-sided crimson blocks. And then for the floor, you don't have to do this, but I added it. It's some warped nylium, and then also some crimson nylium kind of spread around. I used the crimson nylium around the mushroom stems mainly. You kind of add some extra detail. And then the warped ones for the main kind of block. It also kind of blends in nicely with the grass a tiny bit, so it doesn't look too strong on the eyes. And then of course we have some warped roots and sprouts kind of spread about. And then same for the crimson ones. And then also I used some vines right here, weeping vines, and then these are, I think, twisting vines, yeah. And these look really cool and add to the kind of fantasy vibe we have going on here. And you can always kind of trim these down if you want. They don't have to go all the way to the bottom. And then for the pathway, I used some soul soil. And when you walk on this, you don't get slowed down like you do on soul sand, so it works out nice. So yeah, anywhere you have a cliff in your world and you want to do this portal, it'll be fine. This is kind of just the facade I used, but I did a bit of terrain on the top. And then how could I forget, I used some soul lanterns again with some chains kind of hanging down, and it adds to like the nethery dark evil vibe. So yeah, that is it for the 5 nether portal designs. Now I hope you were able to use one of these in your world or got some ideas or inspiration. Now if you do end up using any of these designs, be sure to tag me on Twitter because I would love to see how you implement these in your survival worlds or server. And also comment down below which one was your favorite design. I would love to know which one you love the most. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Now if you want to see any more designs like these of something else that you might have in mind, be sure to comment below and I'll try and get to that. And also if you enjoyed the video and would love to see more, be sure to subscribe because that would help out a lot with my channel. Also if you want to see some more 1.16 gameplay in the future, I am on Coastline SMP and I'll be uploading another video on that soon. It's an awesome series, so you should check it out on the end cards at the end of this video. So yeah guys, hope you enjoyed and bye bye.